Okay, so there's many technologies and things that brands can still do to not lose the traffic and not lose very valuable on-the-spot information. So let's go see what Amazon is doing instead. Amazon is relentless, right? Look at this random set of categories that I put over there. Outdoor furniture, home goods, electronic accessories, fashion brands, right? Down below, over here, you have the percentage in North America where Amazon already is selling their own products in this category, right? So not surprisingly, in electronic accessories, and this is the data already from 2 to 3 years ago, in electronic accessories, right? So like batteries and cables and chargers for phones and so forth, you would expect that the percentage of Amazon sales on this sort of like non-differentiated category is very high. But one that you would have never expected not that long ago is fashion brands. Men's shoes, for example, right? Who the hell has ever heard that I want to wear shoes from Amazon, right? Well, that's how people used to think 5 years before Amazon decided to introduce fashion brands for men. Of course, they don't call them Amazon shoes. Of course, they put an Italian name, right? So that you can sell more shoes because you can pretend to be fashionable now, right? But look at it. Already 12% of men's apparel 2 years ago is Amazon's own brands, right? So if supermarkets used to do that before with food, you can imagine how much quicker and how much faster Amazon is able to perfect this particular trend, right? So their strategy for most categories is very simple. First, I tease you in, I reel you in, and I let you come onto my site and I will feature you. Next, I will collect all your data, so I know your price points, what are your best-selling products, in what color, how does it move. And the next step is I copy you, right? And then I eliminate you from the site because I will push up my own brands over there. And that is the fate of most consumer categories inside Amazon, right? Coupon might be the same, right? So how do you fight with that, right? Because they are going into almost any category that you can think about. Solar panels, like crazy stuff, basically you will find over here. Who knows, maybe like aircraft carriers they will go into one day, right? So hard to do it because some people will go in, they will learn, they see what products get moved, at what prices, what are the high selling, the low selling, what should the price differential be between the premium and the standard, and then they just find a manufacturer and they just do it, right? So let me tell you what the best brands are doing to try to fight some of these trends, okay? I'm going to talk about a few of these models only, in particularly, but I want to tell you that people are innovating in the business model on many fronts. For example, there are products like mattresses that are becoming complete brands. I don't know if you heard of Casper in the US, but these guys have taken the mattress world by storm. These guys invented that, you know how people used to go to buy a mattress and they would go to like these large warehouses and they would like lay back and you would talk, honey, how do you feel? Is it stiff enough? Do you like it or not? It's like a nonsense talk basically, because how is the mattress going to feel tomorrow from when I lay down today or a month from now? Who knows, right? Made no sense, right? So these people realized and they said, you know what? We will have 4 levels of stiffness, all the sizes, we'll put it on a box and we'll just ship it to your house. And if you're not happy with it, you have a whole year to return it. So that was what Casper did. They started advertising in the metro in New York, in bus stations and so forth and so on. They're the absolute leaders in the mattress category in the United States. They distorted the whole entire mattress category, right? They have become a well-known brand, even though it started by selling mattresses over the internet. Then there is these other guys. Whoops, let's go back. Warby Parker. You probably heard about Warby Parker. They started with a very simple value proposition. Optic stores, if you were to get prescription glasses, for a good ones, you would spend $400 or $500 in the US, right? They said, no more. Prescription glasses are $100, and they have to be stylish. And because I don't have stores, for every one you buy, I send you 4 to your house. You pick the one you want, and then you return me free the other 3. And then on top of that, if that was not a good enough value proposition for $100 instead of $400, on average, what people would pay for branded prescription glass, what I will do is for every single one you buy, I'm going to give one exactly of the same value for free to somebody, say in Africa, that could not afford it to help solve their issues. Right? So people fell in love with the mission on top of the model of actually like, I get 4, I don't even have to make a decision, I pick 4, and when I get it in my house, then I return it, but you have to keep, normally you keep one, right? Eventually, and this was a pure online model, now they started opening stores. We will see why. Then you have another ones like Thrive Market, which used to be retailers, but now they're becoming brands, right? So you have products to brands, brands that have become retailers, retailers that have become products, right? Thrive Market is in like an organic, sustainability, locally sourced kind of food and vitamins and complements. And last but not least, a new one on the fashion category called Stitch Fix that has gone public recently, which is basically the Netflix for fashion, right? Some woman in the West Coast started this business, and now it's like a $500 million business in the course of only 5 or 6 years. And what they do is, for a small subscription of 20 euros or $20 per month, they send you this stuff in a box. And then anything that you don't want, you send the box back, right? So you might keep one item, or you might keep slowly but surely 1.1 item, then 1.2, then 1.3 on average, right? And to make it stick and make sure that I get it right, the items that I'm supposed to send you, and the thing is, I do 2 things. First of all is, if you keep an item, I take the $20 off from it. So you already paid $20, so I don't charge you for that. And they put an army of 3,000 fashion stylists on the phone that you can consult about fashion looks and how does this look on me, how it doesn't look. Basically what your friend or your mother or your sister would have done for you before, right? So women are like flocking like crazy to this site. Of course, they went and hired some of the best people to facilitate the recommendation. So they hired the chief engineer of Netflix, the one that was in charge with the recommendation system of Netflix, so for what thing to watch next, to actually try to determine what should go in the box after I talk to the stylist, which you get to talk for free, and they train 3,500, right? So this is the new model. It's going like crazy in the US, right? So let's talk a little bit more. Let me go back to this example of Warby Parker, right? Now, Warby Parker, after having perfected this model online, they said, well, but we still need people to try. So let's start doing something which is very atypical for purely born online players. Let's start investing in bricks and mortar stores. And they've opened 12 flagship stores, and everyone with their own particular style. So for example, the one in Miami has like dolphins underwater swimming in the floor and so forth and so on. So it's characteristic. This is the first one. It looks like it's all in wood, and it looks like the Library of Stockholm in Sweden, right? So that was kind of like the design. But it's remarkable. In a few years, this store is only second to Apple in the world, which is the largest retailer. I mean, the most profitable retailer per square foot in the world is Apple. And now Warby Parker has passed Tiffany, who sells diamonds, by the way, as the number 2 sales per square foot or square meter, if you wish, in the world, actually. So these guys are at 3,000. This just happened a couple of years ago. Selling glasses, essentially, right? They got 12 of these in the United States, and this is facilitating the purchase and then the upselling of those 100 glasses. Now people are going to the 150s or the 180s, and then they're buying sunglasses as well, and they try, and they don't have to wait in their house, and now they all love it, in part because of the mission, right? So this is the first evidence that even in e-commerce, actually investment in the right brick and mortar is actually paying off. It's an expensive investment for them. Next trends, subscription and memberships. These are the ones that you're all familiar with, right? Netflix, Spotify. If you're in the US, probably Amazon Prime, right? Why is this paying off profitably? I'm just going to give you an example. Amazon Prime and probably the one in China from